down your weary tune, lay down.
There are many musicians who have followed in the path of Bob Dylan's early music, singing and speaking up for political causes. And one of those musicians, I believe, who's followed in Dylan's footsteps and has inherited some of that mantle is an old friend of mine called Billy Bragg.
Before the sun.
So Billy Bragg and I got talking about what song to cover, and Billy liked the idea of going off the beaten track and maybe finding a less obvious song. And Dylan, as I've said before, is kind of notorious for writing great songs and then putting them on the shelf. And he'd written a great song in 1963 called Lay Down Your Weary Tune. A group in 1971 did an album of obscure Bob Dylan songs. It was produced by Manfred Mann, who'd been famous for covering Dylan songs in the 60s. That was where I first heard Lay Down Your Weary Tune, and I loved the song. In fact, I was a music writer at the time, and I'd written a review of the album, raving about the album and raving about that song. So I'm discussing this with Billy Bragg, and it turns out that he'd bought that album, he'd read the review, and had gone out and bought the single from the album, first of all, and that song, Lay Down Your Weary Tune. I thought, well, this is a moment of synchronicity. So Billy agreed to record it, and he did a beautiful version of it, and he sent it over to me, and I was playing the track back in the studio with my friend and co-producer Mark Hudson and some of the other people with whom I'd done the Pete Seeger record with the big choir.
Billy Bragg does this song and it's great. Martin and I hear it and we go, wow, that's cool, and we had a choir coming in that day.
I said, maybe it would be nice if we had the choir on it.
We kind of do like a teach your children well, kind of like Crosby, Stills and Nash, and maybe take a part of the song and have a breakdown so everyone can sing along.
I said, well, yeah, but the choir's here and Billy's in London.
But we won't know if Billy will like it until we send it to him.
I knew I couldn't reach Billy. Billy was on the road, and it was a Friday, and they were coming into the studio in like an hour's time.
So this choir comes in. I beat them up for a little bit and tell them to stay out of the Billy Braggness of it, because that's what's really flying the plane, is Billy and his magic. But just a little ooh, like, you know, mud flaps on a Cadillac. And that's what we wanted to add, was just sort of a little bit of ear candy. So we said to the choir, join in, guys. Let's make this breakdown.
Lay down the song you strum.
These singers, the Salerno Chorale, they just knocked it out like that.
And then the big scary part was, we got to send it to Billy, because it is Billy, and we don't want to trod on anyone's toes here.
I waited a day, and I didn't hear back. I thought, oh, he hates it. That's it. It's gone. It's dead. And he wrote back, he said, I've been listening to it all day. I love it.
I gaze down in the river.
So we sort of like, we're like guilty by association. He allowed us to do something like in the old days. We'd say, everybody clap your hands, and everyone would clap their hands and just groove. Billy Bragg let us do that, and it paid off.
So Lay Down Your Weary Tune is not a weary tune at all. It's a lift up your spirits tune, and I'm thrilled we did it.
I love working for Amnesty because the world is your oyster. You can be there with Snoop Dogg, you can go over and it's Pete Townsend. And Pete Townsend can go to Billy Bragg, and Billy Bragg can go to Ozzy Osbourne. And that's what music should be. It's free, it's open, and that's what they promote.